Started, bro. So I got my guy, man. This dude here, I done watched him from afar, and training with him, just seeing his work ethic, what he brings to the game. Really respect this dude right here, man. For real, for real. I think he don't get enough praise for the city as he should, but only time will tell. People will wake up, but I think he the real deal. Automatic bucket. Um, Mr. Sherwood Brown.
Yo, I appreciate the introduction, dog. I really do, man. You already know, man. Iron sharpens iron, bro.
Facts.
So, I always give my success to the credit of my success to the people that I'm with and the people I'm close to, because without those guys, are pushing me every day. We train together. Without that, man, I wouldn't have made it to this point. I ain't
Mm,
gonna lie.
I feel that. So it all started, man, at Olympia.
Yep.
Y'all had a squad. Y'all had a.
Nah, we did, man. We had a squad. Our main four players, they've been doing their thing ever since even before Olympia.
Right.
So, what I'm saying? They was always destined to do great things from the beginning. And then when I joined the team, I kind of joined the team a little bit late,
Okay.
but I had the hunger to, I wanted to be on the same stature as those guys too, you
Okay.
know.
So
So it just, gave me motivation to work harder.
yeah, I read somewhere your coach was saying you really didn't have no plays for you, but you still managed to score double digits.
Yeah.
Just running the floor, just hooping.
Yeah, man. I've never really been the type of player to have like set plays run for me and stuff. I just have a knack for, kind of being in the right place and
Mm.
then just um taking, whatever the defense gives me or whatever our offense gives me.
Right. Yeah, I think that was the future of AKA Dunk City.
Yeah. Yeah, man. For sure.
So after people don't know this. What I realized, bro. You the true testament of the underdog story. Ain't nobody. I don't know too many people that went from a walk on at Florida Gulf Coast to being Athletic Sun Player of the Year your senior year, All American mention. You know what I'm saying? ESPY Award winner from your walk on year, bro, to your senior year. Like what was your look back and your reflection? Like, dang, like I did that. Like
Man, you know what? It's so surreal to me because honestly, when I was in high school, I never had aspirations of playing like professional basketball.
mm,
Like I wanted to get to college
right.
and be able to play basketball in college. But my thing was to be a doctor after
Mm.
college. Like, I always wanted to be a doctor when I was younger. Yeah,
So
and so I went to college as a walk on with the understanding that if I did good my first year, the coach would reward me with a scholarship the following year.
okay.
So we don't really know this, at a young age, but you always got to bet on yourself.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? If life is all about taking risk, and the bigger the risk, the bigger the reward. And
exactly.
I'm gonna always bet on myself, and I'll give if I can give anybody advice, I say bet on yourself every time.
I
You
like
know,
that. I
you
like that.
always bet on yourself. If you can't bet on yourself, then who else you gonna bet on?
Right. I feel that. So from your freshman and sophomore year, you did solid. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? You started some games, you played here and there,
Yeah,
solid minutes. But that junior year was like you realized
yeah, that was
something.
magical. Really though, where I really blew up, or like where I really started taking off, was the last 5 games of my sophomore year.
Mm,
Because all the way up to that point, I never really got any playing time. I would always, play hard, practice hard, whatever minutes I get.
okay.
But I just never got any playing time, and then all of a sudden, our team wasn't so good anyway. So the coach just, for some reason, I don't know why, he decided to start me the last 5 games
Okay. But
of the
that
season.
but that was the go ahead.
So the last 5 games, I averaged 25 points, and we
Oof.
beat 4 out of the last 5 teams.
Oof.
So that's like where it really started right then.
So that's where that confidence was like, okay.
Yeah.
So what was your mindset going into your junior year? Was it like, I'm gonna go hard this summer, and then we go turn up this season, or what was you thinking?
Well, not even at that point. My junior year, I wasn't even. I still wasn't like into the kill mode. Like, oh nah, I gotta take what's mine.
Mm.
I wasn't even in that mindset because still I'm like thinking that it's kind of far fetched for me to be a professional basketball player. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
then it wasn't until I had gotten into a little trouble
Hmm.
my junior year. After my junior year and some like during the summertime, got into a little trouble, and then you know unfortunately, I lost like half my scholarship my
Mm.
senior year. But then that was motivation for me to just go harder. And then I was in my head, I was just like, man, I gotta,
Yeah.
I gotta make up for that. Like I gotta make up for getting my scholarship took in some way for my parents, for my family.
Right.
So I just put most of my focus into basketball, and I spent a lot of hours from the time I got in trouble to my whole senior year. I spent a lot of hours in the gym
Mm.
after practice, before practice, asking coaches to give me individuals workouts. Is just even the managers. You know how we have like managers. I would
Right.
kind of force them to come rebound.
Right.
I mean, but it made me better, and then I kind of figured out the math to become the player of the year. Like I kind of, it wasn't. It's kind of simple if you think about it. Like the more player of the week awards you get, usually that player gets the player of the year.
Right.
So I was just like, if I can get the most player of the weeks, then I'll become the player of the year. And
So
I got player of the week like 4 or 5 times,
I think
and
you,
nobody was even close.
I think you got it. One time your junior year too.
Yeah, I did. I did get it one time my junior year too,
Hmm.
and then it was like once I became a senior, and then I seen how I could get player of the week all the time. Basically, the method was get a 20 and 10, and so before the game's even going to start, in my head, I'm saying I'm going for 20 and 10.
Mm.
Like I'm going to have 20 and 10.
I like that.
That was my mindset going into each game. Oh, I'm going for 20 and 10.
I like that. So was so basically it was just momentum. Like you was just like, okay, it's
Yeah.
kill or be killed mindset.
Yep.
I like
And
that.
when you want something so bad, and you know
Mm.
this already. If you want something so bad,
Talk to
you
him
put
though.
some work into it, you're gonna get it, bro. You're
Mm.
gonna get it. A lot of people don't understand that. A lot of people don't understand that if you work hard for something and you want it, and
Hmm.
if you really want it, you're gonna get it.
I like
You're
that.
gonna get it.
That's, but let's not make it what you did an understatement. You was the third player in history to have 1,000 points and 500
Mhm.
rebounds.
Yeah.
So 20 and 10 was what you was exactly doing, man.
Yeah, man. Rebounding always been the like probably one of the biggest parts of my game already, anyways.
The
And
big
then
big guard.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Then I just added some other elements to my game for offense, and then just all kind of put together.
So you felt like your sophomore end of your sophomore year was those last 5 games was that time when you was just like, okay, maybe I could do something
Yeah,
with this thing.
them last 5 games is what made me realize that okay, because when you're a rookie, I mean when you're a freshman in college, you don't really know where you stack up yet. I mean, majority of the time, it's different now than when me and you was in university.
Mm.
When me and you was in college, usually the freshmen not getting no playing time.
Hmm.
Now, incoming freshmen starting off, basically right when they walk through the door. So it wasn't like that when we was in university. So you really had to earn your keep for the most part.
What was the difference between that high school and college? Once you got onto that next level, you was like, oh, this is just different, or
That weight room,
mm.
that weight room for sure. Because when I was in high school, I wasn't lifting weights.
Okay.
I remember I never like when I was in high school, I could not do any pull ups. not
Mm.
one. And then that summer, trying to go into college, I tried to get bigger and stronger because I knew it was going to be a complete difference. But even I couldn't imagine or expect what I was walking into.
Right. Right. Yeah, it is a different beast. They don't tell you about all that.
Yeah.
So go after your senior year. I mean, not after your senior year, but during your senior year,
Hmm.
you get y'all win the ASUN championship. So that's y'all first time in school history that y'all get to go to the NCAA tournament.
Yes.
And the thing was, well, y'all became eligible your junior year. So before
Hmm.
that, y'all couldn't even go to the NCAA tournament.
Hmm.
So y'all starting off on this on at the 1 year y'all already in type deal.
Yep. Yep.
What was and then mind you, you the ASUN player of the year. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? I think you averaged like let me see, what you averaged your senior year. Okay.
For it's like 16, something like that.
Okay. So going into the tournament, we got first round.
Hmm.
Y'all was a 15 seed. So if people that don't know the NCAA, it's 1 through 16. One plays 16, two plays 15, and so on and so on. So y'all got Georgetown, right?
Yep.
So coach, okay, this our game plan. Boom, boom, boom. Sherwood, you gotta do this. Boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom. What was your mindset? You know, before the game, going on the court, things of that nature. Take us behind the scenes.
Um. Really, when we was playing, before we were playing against this team, in my head, I'm like, well, they got this player, Otto Porter,
Mm,
potential, top 5 draft pick. We don't know that he's gonna go number 3 at this time,
right.
but we know that he's a top 5 potential draft pick. And so, but in my head, I'm just like, okay, well, he's the player that he won the player of the year in the Big East that year. And
Okay.
so I'm like, okay, he won player of the year. I won player of the year.
Okay.
So like in my head, I'm telling you that everything the thing that I'm thinking in my head. And so at that time, I'm like, what's the difference between me and him?
I like
We
that.
we both was a player of the year. So that means we were both the best player in our conference.
Mm-hmm.
So now we just got to see who's the best player tonight.
And going through that game, man, was there a point where you was like, man, I think we could pull this game off?
I actually from the beginning, I thought that we was gonna win that game.
Okay.
And a lot of people would be like, "Oh, I didn't realize to the second half when we went up by like 20 or something." But
Right.
from the beginning, I figured we was gonna win that game because of how we was doing shoot arounds, and the guys from the other team from Georgetown, a
Mm.
couple of them was looking real like nervous. They was the ones with everything to lose, not us. So.
Exactly. Exactly. So was it because you had, mind you had 24 points, 8 rebounds that game, a monster
Hmm.
game, damn near 20 and 10 again.
Yeah.
But was there any like difference playing? You know, because that's supposed to be the high major. Was there any
Hmm.
difference playing against those guys than what y'all did? Did during the season for the adjustment?
Um, the biggest difference was like keying in on boxing out and securing the rebound.
Okay.
That was the biggest thing because really, when it comes to these conferences, the biggest difference to me is size
Yeah.
and maybe some athleticism too.
Yeah, that's what I think people don't realize. They be having wing 6'8", run
Yeah,
run like they
exactly,
a 6'2", 6'3" guard down the court.
exactly,
Yeah, that's
exactly. That's the biggest difference to me is size.
so y'all upset the number 2 seed.
Hmm.
All right, and then y'all go in the locker room. Of course, y'all got the celebration. Y'all got the bird. Was it the bird dance y'all was doing?
Yeah, the bird dance. That's so
take
funny.
take us through all that, man. Take us through like your mind, like what you thinking right now. Like, hey, like,
So we won that first game. We obviously all so excited about the victory. Not even at this time thinking about the next game. But we going into the locker room. Coach Enfield had, he said what he had to say. Don't really remember exactly what he said, but I do remember what he said at the end. And he said at the end, he was like, "Okay, and we're gonna come back here tomorrow, and we're gonna beat San Diego State."
uh,
And so once he said that, everybody just went crazy. We was like, "Yeah, we finna beat them too."
so then we got San Diego State.
Yep.
They had a lot of good like shot like Winston Shepard,
Yeah,
Dwayne Poley,
yeah,
uh,
they had a lot of good players,
and
man.
they
A lot of
was
good players.
big guys like big guards, big wings.
Yeah.
What was your mindset going into that game? What was your personally like you said before
Uh-huh.
Georgetown? You was like, you was a player of the year. Otto Porter was a player of the year. This round, what
hmm
you was like? Hey, I feel like this going into this game. What was your mindset?
Honestly, when we was playing against, when we were doing the getting our game plan ready to play against San Diego State, I wasn't really there all the way.
Mm.
Like, like not. I wouldn't say I wasn't focused because I was definitely focused. Like, focused on playing the game. But when it comes to like the game plan and matchups and things, for some reason I was like not overlooking them, but I was like kind of seeing past them
Uh
for some reason because of their seed. I think there was like a number 7 seed, and I'm like, we just beat the number 2 seed.
huh. Mm.
Like, we should be able to beat them too. But obviously, it was a different game, and so I didn't really know about the players that they had and the caliber of players. And so we were watching the game, or when we were playing the game, I got into foul trouble early on, and so I was on the bench, kind of.
Mm.
And then I was watching Jamal Franklin play.
Mm.
Like, he's on the other team, we're playing against them, and I'm like talking to the coaches, and I'm like, "Damn, yo, this guy's good." Like,
Uh-huh.
I was like, "Who is this guy? He's good." And then they was like, "Man, that's a potential first round draft pick." And I'm like, "What? Damn, I did not know that."
Oh, that is too funny. But hey, y'all pulled it off,
Yeah.
and you
Yeah.
had 17, 8 rebounds, damn near 20 and 10. You know what I'm saying? But like, what, just take me through it though. Like, what was you doing this? And of course you in the moment.
Mm.
And it's just like, y'all get the media attention. You got the, Dunk City. That's when they gave you all the name. It's like everybody, ESPN. You got all these
Mm.
national broadcasters checking y'all in, and like these worldwide media platforms. Like, who is this team? Who is this guy with the
Mhm.
dreads? Who is it?
Yeah.
And it's like, what's going through your mind when all this is happening? Is like the media attention. Like, what's going through your mind, man?
So I'm gonna take you back to before we played against San Diego State.
Okay.
And so after we beat Georgetown, that night, we all get some rest, and then the next morning we have like breakfast, team breakfast. So we come down to the lobby of the hotel and eating breakfast, and they got the TVs on the ESPN and stuff. And so we all just like looking at the ESPN, and then they talking about us on on these talk shows. And then it was just funny because nobody was saying the name of our school right. And then you got Charles Barkley saying, where in the hell is even that at? Where Gulf Coast or whatever. And so that was just funny to me. I think about that all the time. But other than that, it's just like instant stardom.
Mm.
Like not being able to go to class
Mm.
type stuff.
What?
Because after we played against San Diego State, we went back to FGCU for a week before we played against University of Florida,
Now, where'd y'all play Florida at?
Dallas.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you could take me back to you said y'all went back to Florida Gulf Coast and
So,
then
so we went back to Florida Gulf Coast for a week before we went to Dallas to play University of Florida, and that was by far been the craziest week of my life
mm-hmm,
ever,
mm-hmm.
ever. I'm trying to go to class, like actually trying to be a good student and go to class.
Uh-huh.
The campus is full of just spectators and just like people trying to buy all this merchandise.
Mm.
Like the bookstore has no merchandise no more for sale. People waiting out in lines outside to try to buy T-shirts or whatever they can get their hands on.
Wow.
And then when I'm trying to go to class, you got people running up to me and stuff, asking for photos, autographs. I literally had to get a security to escort me to class like
Wow.
every day for like 4 days. Then when I even get to class, I got my professors asking me why I'm in class, and I'm like, "You don't want me to be here?" And then she's like, "No, like why are you here?" Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, And then I leave. I leave class.
That's crazy. That's why. I mean, was there anybody that social media wise? Was there anybody that messaged you or like hit you up or like followed you? Was just like, dang, like that person
Well,
knows.
Plies, um, from Fort Myers, Plies was hollering at the boy.
Okay.
Plies hit up a couple guys on the team too.
Mhm.
Yeah, he gave us love, but there's a lot of athletes, professional athletes gave us love. Some other rappers gave us love too.
Mm.
It was just a good feeling, man. Good, good. What a time to be alive. That's what
I,
they say.
I like that. So I mean, y'all played Florida, and all those things that happened the way you maybe did or didn't want. But the thing was, I thought y'all had it. I thought y'all could have beat Florida. I was watching that game. I
We
remember.
we could have, man. We opened up the game and like I think on like a 15-0 run,
Mm-hmm.
and then Florida being the team that they are, great coach, great personnel. They
Mm-hmm.
had some players who's been on that team for 4 years at the time, 3 and 4 years,
Right.
and we was kind of still young. I was the only like vet on the team,
Mm-hmm.
and so they had a few upperclassmen, and then what it came down to really was size, man, and endurance.
Okay.
They had all that size, and we just ran out of gas when it comes to banging with those guys for the whole night. And,
Right. Yeah, y'all had high mate. Oh, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
we good. No, that was finished.
Yeah, like y'all had high major. Like y'all had some big old boys
Yeah,
to play like 3 games, and I mean y'all. I feel like
yeah.
y'all still represented most definitely. Cause I remember, in my college apartment, looking at y'all boys, I'm like, dang, what?
It looked good, man. It looked like we was going to take that game too, man.
Yeah, yeah.
But hey,
But I mean,
things happen.
y'all was the what first 15 seed in NCAA history, bro, to make
Yeah,
this to Sweet
Sweet
16.
16.
So,
And then we did finish. We did finish top 25 at the end of the season.
mm,
We finished in the top 25 rankings, so that's what's up.
let them know, let them know. Um, was there anything like before all of the cameras and stuff and those days when you was just like, man, you was down on yourself. You know how we go through
Mm.
them college days where you like, man, I don't see this thing ain't looking too bright. Like,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
what was something, man, that was just like a mantra, a word you would say to yourself, your parents, or people in your support system? Like, who was saying something, or what was you saying to yourself to keep you going?
Well, at this time, I didn't really know how to handle with like not playing and things like that. So I would often talk with my parents,
Mm,
uh, get advice from them from what they would, and from them, and ask them what I should do, how I should go about things. And my mom would always tell me just ask God,
mm,
pray, ask God. And then I started to pray more often.
mm.
And with I don't think that you can get what you want just by praying.
Okay.
You know, I mean, I think it does help, but I think that you also have. I believe in affirmative action. Like you gotta work for it. You gotta put in the time, and you gotta put in the work in order to get what you want at the end of the day.
Faith without.
So,
Go ahead.
basically, the way that I ended up coping with it after talking with my parents and asking them what I should do, and after praying, is I go to the gym, man, all
Mm.
night.
So they don't see that part.
Nah, they don't. They don't.
They just see the final
I remember I
result.
used to have to sneak into the gym because the gym would be closed. I would go to the gym at like 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning sometimes.
I feel that. Could you really have a bad day out there though? Florida Gulf Coast is, man, y'all right by the beach. Like you.
Yeah, nah, it's hard to have a bad day for sure. Yeah.
Okay, I remember when I was living in LA, man, some of them days was rough for your boy, man. And I was just like, man, I want to go back home type. And I was like, bro, but I can't, man. I'm living what I said I was gonna do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah, exactly.
I might well. This a better bad than another bad. I take this bad.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah. I hear that. I hear that, man. Yeah, it'd be hard to have a bad day out there though, man. And when you, especially cause when people hear that, oh, the dorms is like on the beach. Nah, our dorms are really on the beach. Like that ain't no,
Mm-hmm.
like it's literally right on. You walk outside and the sand is right there.
That is wild. Hey man, hey, low key. I know that team made the school population jump.
Yeah, bro, for sure, for sure.
Dumb jump. Like everybody, no, I ain't going to Florida. I'm going to FGCU.
Yeah, exactly. I think the tuition jumped like 112% or something.
Wow,
Yeah,
that is wild. That is wild. Just
yeah,
cause a basketball team. That's how much power y'all had. That is wild.
yep. We
Mm.
don't have no football team or anything, so
Mm. Main attraction.
yeah.
So after the season, y'all regroup, get back together. Now who gets the call? Who lets who know? And we nominated for ESPY.
That's a good question. I forgot that story. How did we figure this out about this SB thing? Ah man, to be honest, I had to check on that one. I forgot the whole story about how we found out we was nominated,
Mm.
but I do remember the coach hitting me up and asking me if I had like a suit or whatever, and I was like, nah, I don't have no suit, but if we're going to LA, I get one. Easy. Yeah.
So how many days? Like how long was y'all out there?
We was in LA for 3 days.
Okay. So
Yeah.
would they pay for everything? Y'all was first class. Like, how did that whole shebang work?
Yeah, they pay for everything. I don't know if the school paid for it or if the SPs paid for it, but everything was paid for. We get there to the I think we stayed at Embassy Suites. So
Mm.
we get to Embassy Suites in LA, and immediately there's like get gathering, like you have to sign in and things like that.
Okay.
So we go to the roof. You got to go to the rooftop to sign in. There's a pool on the roof and things like that. So we going to sign in, and it's like me and one other senior. So like we done with school, and so since we done with school, like we have no more eligibility.
Mm-hmm.
They giving us all these gifts, like beats, like video game systems, like screen protectors for your phone, like just all type of random gifts.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I'm saying Beats, like the Beats headphones for free,
Mm-hmm.
all this stuff. And so the I remember Brett and Bernard, they was underclassmen at the time, but they was still there. And so they couldn't get no gifts. So I would like get some extra gifts and like give them and stuff. And then they have like bottomless Hennessy.
Mm.
So I'm over there, like over by the pool, just getting Hennessy after Hennessy, doing my thing. And I don't know, but in the ESPYS they got like these
No,
organized
I don't
parties
know.
already.
I don't know what. But go ahead.
Well, I mean, maybe you might hear about it, but like they got like organized parties and gatherings and stuff where like you have to go to this thing, but it's like nothing serious. Like maybe you have to go to the first night. I might be getting the nights mixed up by accident, but let's
Mm.
just say the first night we had like a club type thing where like
Mm.
all these famous athletes was all in this club drinking like wine or whatever.
Mm.
I remember I met Alex Morgan, the like
Soccer
USA
player.
soccer player, and I met Russell Wilson
Mm.
there. Oh, I met Maisha Tate, the
Mm.
UFC fighter.
Uh.
I remember there was a video on TMZ of me like trying to holler at her.
Should, worldwide woo.
Worldwide Woo, man, gotta let her know.
Was
So
any
yeah,
Was there any like person or like memory you were like, dang, I remember like a person you met or saw in person, you was like, man, I remember like watching you on TV, or I remember see, you know what I mean, like those moments you
Yeah.
remember, you know, was that a person like that?
Well, yeah, I remember I used to watch um Russell Wilson play
Mm,
football. Before I met him, and then that was pretty much the only dude that I had met that I actually like watched play before.
mm,
Um, like LeBron James and all those guys was there too, but it's kind of weird. Like I'm not the type of person to, oh my God, that's LeBron James. Like I'm not that type of guy to go up and ask for photos or autographs and things like that.
right.
So I'm like, oh, I mean, obviously in my head I'm like, oh shit, that's LeBron James, but I'm not fishing to like go up to him and ask for photos and things.
And, and plus, Dunk City got the juice right now.
Yeah, we got shit. We got people coming up asking us for photos. Hell, you should want to take a photo with us.
So the night before, the night of the award ceremony, where was it at? Staples Center? Or?
Yeah, Staples Center. Hold
Okay.
up, my bad. Yo, hold that thought, Vinny. I do a dude. He wasn't an athlete, but I remember meeting Mr. Belden from Saved by the Bell,
Mm.
and I used to watch Saved by the Bell every morning when I was like middle school. Every morning before going to school, I watched Saved by the Bell.
That's
So that was cool. That was probably the coolest dude I had met when I was at the ESPYS.
he wasn't no jerk, like, you know. I know some of the people be, you know.
Yeah, yeah, they be like jerks
Hmm.
because they like famous at young age or whatever. But nah, Mr. Belden was cool though. He was cool. I
That's,
gotta give it to him.
that's what's up. That's what's up. So night of the award ceremony, y'all
Mm.
arrived. Did y'all ride like in a limo? Like how would that go? Like they pick y'all up?
Yeah, we rode in a limo to the Staples Center
Mm,
and getting dropped off at the red carpet,
mm,
take our little photos and things like that. Everybody looking good, fly. And then we like walk the red carpet, and then we run into the competition. The people who like also up for the same award as us. I
right.
think I forgot. It was a girls' college team for sure. I think it was Louisville girls team. I'm not really sure.
Mm,
But I remember they was talking. We were like talking friendly trash to each other, like, "Oh, we gonna win." Everybody knew we was gonna win. Come on,
mm.
like, But it was cool to talk trash and stuff about that.
That's too funny. Which color? Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, that was it. That was it.
Yeah, cause I know, like, I mean, I don't know. I feel like all the cameras just start hitting you. Like, what was that? You know what I mean? Like, you walking in there, you like, I know the camera's going crazy. I know you
Yeah.
like, damn, what? I wouldn't even think about this like 2-3 years ago. Like, what's going through your mind?
Oh man, it's just so many things going through my mind. Mostly, it's just a feeling of happiness and like a feeling of not only I wouldn't obviously happiness, but I would say it's something deeper than that. It was
Mm,
a feeling of like um more so like relief, kind of like all this hard work that I put in, like if it feels like it was paying off,
mm, that's real.
That's a great feeling when you feel. I'm telling you, there's nothing like it. Like when you get some sense of relief from some work that that you worked hard and you know that you put in a lot of work, and then to see the ending effect of that, like that shit feels so good, bro.
That's definitely you got that goal, and like you said, you complete it,
Mm-hmm.
and then maybe it happened better than what you thought.
Yeah, definitely. Because going into my senior year, my only goal was to become player of the year.
Mm,
That was my goal going into my senior year, to become player of the year. And then I got that, and I really had no other goals after that.
mm,
So I just was like, well, we might as well win the whole conference tournament. And then it went from that. No goals after that. Okay, well, we might as well win this first game in the tournament, in the NCAA tournament. We
mm,
might as well win the next one. Fuck it, we might as well just win the whole thing then.
mm-hmm.
You know?
That's wild. That's wild. What was it like going on that stage and getting an award, man?
Oh man, that stage. Well, walking across that stage was amazing. You just look in the crowd and it's just a bunch of greatness right in front of you. Like you got actors, actresses, you got professional athletes. Like it's just a bunch of greatness and staring right at you, and then you feel like you're amongst the greatness. Like you're in the same category or class as greatness. And I remember after they announced that we won, we walked on the stage, and then Coach Enfield said something, and then my teammate said something, and then I'm walking up to the mic. I'm about to say something, and then I froze up. Like I looked I looked in the I looked in the front row, man. I should have never like made eye contact with nobody. But I looked in the front row, and then I seen Dwayne Wade in
Ooh.
the front row. And but then like not looking at Dwayne Wade made me froze up. But I looked, to his left, and I seen Gabrielle Union, and like she was like staring at me. At least that's what it felt like. And then she like whispered something to like Dwayne Wade, and then like they was smile like she started smiling, and then I froze up. And then by that time they like played the music or whatever, and then they ain't got a chance to say.
We hope you enjoyed the first part of this interview. We got so much content for the people, for you guys to elevate, for you guys to get better, for you guys to get to that contract season. Um, but first step, we need you to sign up, get an account with the company, get an account so you be part of the family. You know what I mean? A lot of perks. Get discounts on designs we got coming out, on giveaways. You know what I mean? You get the first dibs, you get a chance to come to certain events we have. It's just, you separate yourself, in the elite mindset. You know what I mean? You're going to be around individuals that's trying to get to the same thing you're trying to get to. And whatever that is, that goal, that dream, you just want better. And that's what we all want here at contract season. So at the end of the day, we building and we want you to be a part of it. So create that account. You can watch part 2 of this interview. You can watch part 2 of all the other interviews and then the exclusive content we have further down the road. So y'all be good, man. Hope everybody's well and get to your contract season.
You are now watching the contract season movement.